It's all gone. All of it. Well, we're going to do a competitive league with the Colorless Eldrazi deck I was playing the other day, and I hope it goes well. I've been having quite some success with this deck off of its raw power in two-mans. I think the way that this deck mulligans is very interesting and fun, due to the fact that it does the whole serum powder shenanigans. It has retrieval from exile shenanigans going on with it. So, hopefully, it goes well, and we'll see how we do. So let's start off with match 1 here. My face feels like beyond naked, by the way. Like, I can't remember the last time I didn't have a beard. They didn't join in. They sensed it. They're like, nah, we can't play against that guy. Alright, round 1. Turn 1 Dismember, turn 2 Chalice on 1. Good versus a deck with counterspells, bad versus a fast deck. We're gonna try keeping this. We might regret not mulliganing for like a temple, because this deck really, really wants temple in its opener. Chalice on 1 or 0 is so good versus so many decks we're gonna keep. Cinderglade. I believe I am become error. Ghost Quarter, okay. Well, play Cavern on Eldrazi. Pass the turn. Depending on how fast our opponent ramps, if we could get a Chalice on 2, it'd be awesome, but we probably will die long before then. The opponent suspends a Search for Tomorrow. We draw Serum Powder. I don't know if their deck even runs any 1-drops. Let's see. They run like some trivial removal, but nothing like serious. So let's play Cavern on Eldrazi and just put Chalice on 0 for the Summoner's Pacts. Opponent bolts us in response. Alright. Search ticking down. Soccer Tribe Elder for our opponent. We untap and draw a Chalice. Well, play Ghost Quarter. Play Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. I think we're going to want to put Chalice on 2 if we can manage it, because that takes out a lot of their other stuff. They're not a deck that plays on 1 very many cards. It's usually like bolts or flame slashes and such. Land? It's a land. So play Scavenger Grounds. Attack for 3. And I think we're going to Thought Knot this turn. Search came off Suspend. They have a handful of action. Because, like, they haven't been playing lands. So let's take a peek at what's going on here. Flame Slash, Prime Time, Scape Shift, Pact. Well, Chalice on 0 was pretty good, I guess. Unfortunately, I think we only have 4 lands. I think we gotta take Flame Slash here. Yeah, let's take Flame Slash. Alright, pass the turn. And just try and beat him before this Titan can come down. And opponent scoops it up. Alright. Go Eldrazi. Let's do some Sorceress Spyglass nonsense. Actually, does that work? What am I thinking? Activated abilities. I don't have activated abilities. What am I... I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Do we even have sideboard for this? I don't have a lot of permanents. We don't have extra land hate. We don't use the grave. Their creatures are too big. Spyglass could name fetch lands, but that's definitely not better than anything we're doing. Alright, let's just run it back. I don't think we have sideboard for this deck. And we just have to have a good, fast, powerful hand, and we'll win. So, try it like that. Alright, this hand's not amazingly fast, but it is decent. We do have a Temple. Second Temple would be really good to get to this Smasher on turn 3. Opponent starts Stomping Ground tapped. We draw a Serum Powder. Play Eldrazi Temple, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Forest. Plays Elder. We untap. Draw Mimic. We'll play Ghost Quarter. Play Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Mountain. Does not attack. We untap. Draw another Matter Reshaper. Well, we'll attack for 3. Opponent blocks and sacks. So no damage. Play Ghost Quarter. Play another Matter Reshaper. Wait. We are playing Smasher next turn. Does it make more sense to play a Mimic? I actually think it might be. We might be able to do some Ghost Quarter trickery. So I'm going to play the Mimic with the higher upside of getting the Reality Smasher damage in. This may not be correct, but I feel like we got to take this play. Man, I am so pale without a beard to like color balance my face properly. Opponent dropping a Baloth. Sure. We draw an Eternal Scourge. We'll play Scavenger Grounds. Play Smasher. Transform. We're going to attack with all because we really want to get in the damage. And Matter Reshaper cantripping here is actually kind of decent. Take our opponent to 14. Matter Reshaper dies, putting a Blink Moth Nexus on the battlefield. Pass the turn. Opponent playing a Cinderglade. 6 lands for our opponent. If they've got a Titan, that would be very bad for us. They do. Opponent goes for Valakut Mountain, so no damage off of that. Opponent gets in for 4, takes us to 16. We untap. Draw a Spirit Guide. I'm thinking we're dead, actually. We can Ghost Quarter the Valakuts, but our opponent can just fetch him up again. Yeah, let's go ahead and concede. That might be kind of an early scoop, but I don't feel like we're coming back from that point of the game. Alright, run it back once more. If we get a Warping Whale counter on Scapeshift, that'd be amazing. This hand is not fast enough. We're in a mulligan. We're going to go ahead and Serum Powder. There's a Temple and a Mimic and a land. We have an Eternal Scourge. We're going to keep. Warping Whale we'll keep on top. Might be relevant this game to counter Escape Shift. Like, we already know what our first couple of plays are going to be, so. Play Eldrazi Temple, play Eldrazi Mimic, pass the turn. Opponent starts Valakut. We untap. Draw Warping Whale. Play Scavenger Grounds. Play Eternal Scourge. Transform. Get in for 3. Opponent plays a Windswept Heath. Cracks for a Stomping Ground. Explores. Oh, man. I thought for sure they didn't have the second land there. They crack Wooded Foothills for a mountain. Flame Slash the Mimic. Alright. So we draw a Dismember. Well, go attacking. Get in for 3. Opponent goes to 10. At least we have double Dismember. Opponent playing Wooded Foothills. Passing. We draw Cavern. Play Cavern on Eldrazi. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent goes to 7. Okay, they shouldn't be able to Scape Shift next turn, so we're going to play a Serum Powder. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills, gets a Stomping Ground. Untaps. Plays a Reclamation Sage, which we will dismember. We really need to make sure our opponent has no blocks. Opponent kills the powder. Plays a Wooded Foothills. We untap. Draw Gemstone Cavern. Play Gemstone Cavern. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Take our opponent to 3. And if our opponent has any non-Titan play, we should be able to make it through. And swing for lethal damage. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. Finds a mountain. Plays a Cinderglade. Had to be Titan, didn't it? Alright. Opponent. Gets 2 Valakut triggers. Targets Eternal Scourge and Face. We can dismember and then Warping Wail the Titan. Okay, so Eternal Scourge gets exiled. That trigger hits our face. That trigger fizzles. So we have to do this. Exile the Titan. Reality Smasher? Blink Moth. I'll play a Blink Moth. Play Eternal Scourge. Play Basilisk Collar. Suit up Basilisk Collar. Now for our opponent not to kill us, they need no ramp spell and no mountain. Play Basic Forest. Well, they have the Scape Shift. They didn't sack any lands. Flame Slash the Scourge. I think our opponent messed that up a bit. Draw Gemstone Caverns. So we play Eternal Scourge. Animate Blink Moth. Play Gemstone Caverns. Keep the new one. Don't think the 1 point of life will matter, but you never know. Take our opponent to 1. I think Scape Shift or Titan will kill us. Oh! Sweet, we got there! Opponent definitely should have killed us off that last Scape Shift, but Moto is a quality program. Alright, round 2. We'll play first. Let's see here. Do we really want to dump 2 Reality Smashers? We can play a turn 2 Matter Reshaper. This hand's kind of slow. We're going to dump it. This hand isn't much better, but it does have a Chalice. We'll keep. So start Cavern on Eldrazi. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire. We draw another Cavern. We'll play Scavenger Grounds, play Chalice on 1, pass the turn. It's good against most decks that run Bloodstained Mire, I think. Stomping Ground, unless, of course, this is Titan Breach again. Blackcleave Cliffs. Alright, looks kind of like Jund. It's Jund. We draw a Ghost Quarter. We'll play Ghost Quarter. Gonna Warping Whale. Tapped incorrectly. We might have won access to Ghost Quarter. Hopefully our opponent does not play Liliana here. They throw Inquisition into the Chalice. And play Tarmogoyf. We untap. We draw Serum Powder. Play Gemstone Caverns. Play Thought Knot. Take a peek at their hand. Lily, Inquisition, Skoos. This was good against anything but double removal spell. So let's exile Liliana, I guess. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to Windmill Slam, tick down Liliana, I think. Windmill Slam, tick down Liliana. Opponent gets a card out of the deal, which is hyper unfortunate for us. Gets in for 4. We go to 16. We untap. Mana Monkey. Play this on Eldrazi. Play Matter Reshaper. Play Serum Powder. We can Scavenger Grounds to nuke the size of this Tarmogoyf. I'm going to play as a forest. We know they're holding Inquisition and Skoos. No blocks. Confidant from our opponent. Cracks Bloodstained Mire. Mountain. Plays a Scavenging Ooze. We untap. We draw a Reality Smasher. Play Smasher. We're gonna go ahead and if we double attack Lily, do we die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Attack Lily. No. Attack our opponent because they have to tick up. So attack our opponent. This game will probably be over before Liliana ticks down again anyway. Okay, so opponent going to eat Thought Knot, gain a life, make Skoos bigger, make Goyf smaller. No blocks from our opponent. They go to 11. Okay, opponent reveals Assassin's Trophy. That's actually really bad for us. Okay, opponent pitches a card. They discard Inquisition. Well, if they want to Assassin's Trophy Reality Smasher, they've got to get through the pseudo Force of Will stapled on that body. Opponent casts Bloodbraid Elf, wheels into a Thoughtseize, elects not to cast. Are we dead? We're 1 point of damage off of dead. Opponent gets in for 3, takes us to 9. We draw a Mimic. So if we attack, I think we attack with only Smasher. Yeah, let's attack with just... Let's attack with both. Both at our opponent's face. Opponent blocks and blocks. Sure. They kill it, take 3. We play a Mimic just as a blocker. Opponent reveals Tarmogoyf off of Dark Confidant. Plays Tarmogoyf. Gonna go attacking. We block with the Mimic. Sack Scavenger Grounds. Nuke the Graves. Do we get the Goyf? Or is our opponent going to use the Assassin's Trophy now? Opponent Assassin's Trophies. We get a land. Matter Reshaper. Basilisk Collar onto the battlefield. Oh, dang, that's just enough for it to survive. Alright, come on, something good. Endbringer, I believe, counts until I remember my opponent can tick down Liliana and kill it. So play an Endbringer. Pass the turn. Big question is, though, will our opponent die to Confidant before they can kill before they can kill us? Okay, opponent makes a sack. They are 1 damage short of lethal, and they cannot bolt. Opponent Inquisitions into the Chalice. Now they have lethal. Dang, I didn't realize there wasn't a sorcery in the grave still. Well, that was really close. I think we want Sorceress Spyglass for Liliana, Manlands, etc. Karn seems decent. Ratchet Bomb on 2 is like okay, I think. But I don't know if it's better than what we've got. Leyline of the Void, probably not worth the dead top decks. Spatial Contortion. Spatial Contortion worth it. I'm terrible at mulliganing with this deck. I don't want to cut Dismembers. Spatial Contortion kills Bob, at the very least. And maybe Treetop Village. I don't know if we want to go super removal heavy. Let's cut... Let's cut a Chalice. And I think a couple Spirit Guides. And we'll try it like this. Alright, we'd like to play first. This is kind of slow, so we'll Serum Powder. This is a little better, but still kind of slow. We're going to go to 6. Okay, this is what we want to see. We've got a Temple, we've got a Thought Knot, a Scourge, and a Reshaper. So, like, Temple off the top's amazing. Spyglass. Spyglass is okay, but we're not going to keep that. So we start Temple, pass the turn. Opponent starts Verdant Catacombs. We untap. We draw Wastes. So play Blink Moth. Play Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. Opponent going to crack Verdant Catacombs. Stomping Grounds tapped. Untap. Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Swamp. This is a Dark Confidant? It's a Goyf. Okay, so we untap. We draw Karn. Is it worth staying on the defensive for Karn? I don't think so. We're going to play a Wastes. Get in for 3. See if our opponent does anything. They don't. They take the damage. So let's Thought Knot. Opponent has Bloodbraid, Bolt, Scavenging Ooze. We'll take Bolt. Pass the turn. Now if we draw a land, Karn is amazing. Opponent Inquisitions. Can't take the spell that matters. Take Scourge. Plays an Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. And a Scavenging Ooze. Opponent cannot attack. We draw Scavenger Grounds. Oh wait, this doesn't tap for 2 mana for Karn. Herp derp. We could Dismember Goyf. Opponent knows about the Dismember. They have 2 Bloodbraid Elves. Let's just play Karn and tick up. We reveal Thought Knot Seer and Simian Spirit Guide. Those are not great reveals. Actually, wait, no, they are. Because Simian Spirit Guide lets us dismember this turn. Alright. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire, cracks it. Gets a Mountain. Here comes a Bloodbraid. Flipping into an Ooze. Sure. We know they're holding a Bloodbraid still. Alright, let's see what they do here. Opponent does not attack. So let's Spirit Guide and Dismember Goyf. Alright. Go attacking with Thought Knot. If our opponent wants to kill it, they have to lose 2 creatures in the process. Okay. Opponent's going to draw a card off of this. We're going to minus Karn to pick up our other Thought Knot. Play Thought Knot. Oh, whoops. Undo, undo. Tap like this. Take a peek at our opponent's hand. Push, Bolt, Bloodbraid Elf. Take Bloodbraid Elf. Play Ghost Quarter. Pass the turn. Opponent eats Thought Knot Seer. You want to eat this Eternal Scourge too? No? Okay. Opponent powers up with the Scoos and does not attack. We untap. We draw a Thought Knot. So, plus Karn. Revealing Smasher and Temple. So, play Temple. Play Thought Knot. Inquisition, push, bolt. Take push. Do we exile the grave now? I actually think we do. We're going to exile the grave so our opponent can't immediately grow this Scavenging Ooze out of range. They have to expend Bolt if they wanted to. Opponent uses double Bolt on Karn. That prevents us from getting a Reality Smasher next turn. We draw Temple. So our opponent's last card is Inquisition. So play Temple. Go to combat. Attack for 8. Oh, I should have animated Blink Moth and attacked with it too. I missed a point of damage here. Opponent does not block. Goes to 6. We pass. So opponent has Inquisition and 1 unknown. We draw Serum Powder. Animate Blink Moth. And we get him. Sweet. Alright, let's try that one more time. I don't know if we actually want Spyglass. Nope, too late. Oh, this is absolutely a hand I am going to Windmill Snapkeep forever and hope that my opponent does not have a Thoughtseize, because holy crap. Take Blink Moth out of the equation here. Opponent starts Raging Ravine. We draw Serum Powder. Play Eldrazi Temple. Spyglass our opponent. Fatal Push, Groll Spellbreaker, and Liliana of the Veil. So name Liliana of the Veil. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Bloodstain Mire. Well, that's fortunate for them. Now if we Thought Knot, we just get to take their best card. We're going to play a Serum Powder this turn and try and eventually dismember this Groll Spellbreaker. But we want them to crack their fetch to play something. Opponent plays the Blackcleave Cliffs. Cracks Bloodstain Mire. Finds a mountain. Opponent plays a Groll Spellbreaker. Puts the 1/1 counter on it. Okay, we untap. We draw Eternal Scourge. Play Mutavault. Kill Spellbreaker. Thought Knot Seer. Let's see what we get to nab here. Opponent does have a fetch land, so this Fatal Push is active. So take the push, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Verdant Catacombs, cracks Verdant Catacombs, and finds a forest. Here comes the elf. Cascades into a Thoughtseize, which is actually sort of decent, but not terribly so. Opponent cannot attack. We untap. Draw Matter Reshaper. We'll animate Mutavault. Attack for 6. Opponent blocks the Mutavault, goes to 12. We play a Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. Can activate Raging Ravine if they'd like. Plays a Scooze. So they can eat one creature this turn, which would be enough to block Mutavault. So let's get in. Opponent eats the Spellbreaker. Bolts Matter Reshaper. Put Serum Powder onto the battlefield. Does not block. Goes to 9. Alright, this is kind of unfortunate if our next top deck is not another Dismember. Ooh. Well, play Serum Powder. Pass the turn. I'm going to make a rather large Scooze. Eats Matter Reshaper. Eats Bloodbraid Elf. Up to a 5/5. Has a creature we can't swing past. Play a Temple. Pass the turn. Oh, every turn that goes by is really bad for us. Get a Wastes. Opponent draws a card. They top decked an Assassin's Trophy. Opponent gonna get in for 5. Take us to 11. Eats Thought Knot. Takes us to 10. We untap. We draw Simian Spirit Guide. Well, cast the Mana Monkey. Oops. Guess we'll try and get in for 2 points of damage. Take our opponent to 10. Gets pushed. Sad face. Opponent plays a Bloodstained Mire. Fires up Raging Ravine and attacks for lethal. Block Scavenging Ooze, but I think that's it. We don't really have a way out of this. Draw a Thought Knot. And scoop it up. Well, dang. That one was pretty close. We just didn't have quite enough oomph in that last game from the start. But we got to do some cool stuff. Currently 1-1. Moving on to round 3. All right. Round 3. I mean, we have a temple, we have a cavern, and we have a reshaper. No big payoffs, though. Opponent did mulligan. What are the odds that this hand is good against a blind opponent? I guess let's keep. Opponent starts Swamp. We draw Mutavault. Play Eldrazi Temple, pass the turn. Plays a Plains. Opponent plays a Bitter Blossom. We untap. We draw Eldrazi Temple. Play Eldrazi Temple. Play Matter Reshaper. Alright, give me that sweet, sweet Reality Smasher right off the top, please. Opponent plays a Plains. A Johnny's Welcome, a Johnny's Welcome. Chalice of the Void. That probably goes down and on some number, but what number that is a good question. I doubt a Johnny's Welcome is showing up in actual modern list here. I think this is a brew that our opponent's playing. Yeah, definitely a brew our opponent's playing. I guess let's put it on 1 to protect from Path and Push. So play Mutavault. Put Chalice on 1. Go attacking. Opponent does not block, takes the damage. They untap. Lose 1 life and gain 2, get a fairy. Bitter Blossom, number 2. Most electric of Boogaloos. We untap. We draw Mimic. Play Mutavault. Animate a Mutavault. Play Mimic. Go to combat. Attack, attack. Opponent chumps, double blocks. Okay. Well, dismembering a token doesn't feel great, but we gotta try and stop our opponent's tokens from getting totally out of control here. So opponent loses 2 life, gains 4, ends up with 2 more than they started with. Plays a Godless Shrine untapped, which does not bode well for us. Triple white. Spectral Procession. Oh gosh. Okay, we untap. We find another Chalice. We're just gonna get run over. Play Cavern, name Eldrazi. I guess let's put Chalice on 2. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent has somehow mitigated all life loss from Bitter Blossom, turning it into their strength. This is tough. Opponent gonna get in the air for 5. And that's a lot. We go to 11, untap. Draw Serum Powder. I'll play Ghost Quarter. Fire up Mutavault. Fire up Mutavault. Go to combat. Attack for a bunch. Every upkeep, gain 2 life, get 2 tokens seems pretty good. So opponent gonna double block a Mutavault. Take 7. Okay. Goes up to 17, gets 2 more fairies. Plays a Rock's Faith Mender? Oh my gosh, what kind of jank is this? If you would gain life, you gain double that life. Thought Knot Seer. Alright, let's scoop it up. So, that seems like a pretty decent start from our opponent. So we bring in Ratchet Bombs for sure. I think Karn as well. Didn't see any graveyard shenanigans from our opponent, so Leylines and Relics can stay out. They probably have some Planeswalkers, but I don't know which ones that I'm scared of, so I don't know if I want to be bringing in Sorceress Spyglass. Alright, what plans do we need to go down on? Warping Whale I don't think does enough this time around. Endbringer probably coming down a little late. Maybe drop a couple Dismembers and we'll try it like this. Alright. We'll play first. Okay, turn 1 Chalice on 1 seems okay. Turn 2 Chalice on 2 is awesome, but I don't know if we can actually get there. Like, our opponent almost certainly has Thought Seizes and Inquisitions. Let's just put Chalice on 1. So we'll start Gemstone Caverns, exile the Mana Monkey, play Chalice on 1, pass the turn. Next turn we can Matter Reshaper. So opponent starts Godless Shrine tapped. We untap. We draw Eldrazi Temple. Well, that's even better, because we don't have to use our Mana Monkey. Play Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. Opponent plays another Godless Shrine tapped. We get a Ratchet Bomb. We'll play Cavern on Eldrazi. Get in for 3. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Plains. Lingering Souls for our opponent. We draw a Mutavault. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Play Mutavault. So we're going to just hold on to this Ratchet Bomb as a quick board wipe, I think. Opponent plays a Plains. Gets in for 2, takes us to 18. Doesn't play anything else. My Settle the Wreckage senses are tingling. So go to combat, attack for 6. Take him to 8, play Blink Moth, pass the turn. No? Okay. Opponent plays another Plains. Lingering Souls. Flashes back Lingering Soul. Okay, so we should have him now. Opponent gets in for 2, takes us to 16. Okay, declines. We untap. We draw another temple. Play a temple. Play Ratchet Bomb. Blow up all 0 drops. Animate a Mutavault. Animate a Blink Moth. Begin combat. Alright, sweet, we got him. We got him. Okay, opponent does have Lingering Souls, which tells me I probably want relics. I think we want relics, at least a relic. Do we actually, though? I don't think we actually do. Run it back. We'll just get a good opener and we'll be fine. Okay, this hand is quite frankly hot garbage. So we're going to Serum Powder this 1000%. Sucks we lose a temple, but... Alright. We'll keep this one. Gemstone Caverns. Exile Smasher. Opponent starts Plains. Johnny's Welcome. We untap. We draw a Ratchet Bomb. We'll play Cavern, name Eldrazi. Play Eldrazi Mimic. Pass the turn. Opponent plays another Plains. And a Johnny's Pridemate. Gaining them a life. Taking Pridemate up to 3. We draw Chalice. So we... Oops. We definitely put Chalice on 1 this turn. Pass the turn. We can Ratchet Bomb for 2 turns to get rid of this Pridemate. Oh, we're definitely Ratchet Bombing for a couple of turns. And praying our opponent doesn't have a Disenchant. So opponent's going to get in for 4. We untap. We draw Matter Reshaper. Play Ratchet Bomb. Pass the turn. So now the question is, was it too little too late? Lingering Souls for our opponent. Gaining our opponent tons and tons of life. So opponent gonna get in for 11. Now let's go ahead and block. We draw another Chalice. Well, play another Mimic as a blocker. Pass the turn. We're going to be very dead to these tokens. Opponent plays a Windswept Heath. Cracks Windswept Heath. Finds Godless Shrine. Untapped. Gonna flash back that Lingering Souls token. Opponent gonna get in for 9. We gotta block the big Pridemate. Oh, they didn't attack with the tokens. Feel like that was a misclick. So put a charge counter on Ratchet Bomb. Kind of hoping we can at least get down this Matter Reshaper. Alright. It's a little harsh, but it'll have to do. Play Matter Reshaper. Pass the turn. Oh, we're just dead. Well, how unfortunate for us. Alright, we got janked out there. But we definitely were in the running. Like, we weren't out of the game. But double Pride Mate with tons of tokens and a Najani's Welcome. It is fast enough for Modern, just I don't know if it's consistent enough to actually build a Tier 1 deck around. But it is a fast enough draw. I will give my opponent that. And respect them for not playing a meta deck. So, good on you, HK Bill 79. Good on you. Serum Powder. Alright, kind of slow, but we'll keep. We'd like a Temple off the top at the very least. Oh, opponent's going to Codex Shredder us out of the game. Mills an Eternal Scourge. We draw wastes, so we play Mutavault, pass the turn. Plays a Glimmer Void and a Lantern of Insight. Inquisitions us, can only take Ballista. So we draw Inquisition. Play Ghost Quarter, animate Mutavault, get in for 2. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent going to Ancient Stirrings. Finds an Inventor's Fair. Plays Inventor's Fair. We untap. We draw a Smasher. Play Cavern, name Eldrazi. Pass the turn. Opponent draws a Forest, plays a Forest, Ancient Stirrings. Finds a Pithing Needle. Plays Pithing Needle. Let's Ghost Quarter Inventor's Fair. Opponent mills the Mana Monkey. They get a Swamp. Pithing Needle names, probably Mutavault. We have all 3 other Ghost Quarters in the Exile Zone. So play a Blink Moth. Play Serum Powder. Pass the turn. Opponent draws a Blooming Marsh. Oh, this is brutal. Ensnaring Bridge on top of their deck. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty close to a 0% chance to win matchup. I'm going to Surgical Simian Spirit Guide. Takes a look at our hand. We have no way to force our opponent to shuffle. At least not that I know of left in the deck. We're not like the original Eldrazi Trod decks, which ran like a Titan or 2. Opponent Unmoored Egos, naming Endbringer. Exiles our only Endbringer. Bridge on top of their deck. Yeah, this is game. How unfortunate for us. Ratchet Bombs in, Spyglass in, Karn in, Voids in, relics in. Drop Warping Whale. Dismembers. And Basilisk Collar. And probably get rid of some number of Mimics. I guess our worst Eldrazi is Matter Reshaper. Maybe we don't need the relics. Let's go down Matter Reshaper. Which feels super weird, but I think it's correct here. We'll play first. We'll keep. Start Leyline. There'll be no artifact looping shenanigans here. Play Mutavault, pass the turn. Opponent starts Blooming Marsh, Codex Shredder, Mishra's Bauble. We draw Serum Powder, so play Mutavault, play Sorceress Spyglass. Opponent cracks Mishra's Bauble. Mills themselves. Codex Shredder, Ensnaring Bridge, Glimmer Void, Unmoored Ego. So name Codex Shredder. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Academy Ruins and passes. Whoops. We draw Scavenger Grounds. Play Scavenger Grounds. Play Serum Powder. Opponent plays a Glimmer Void. Down comes Bridge. Opponent does have 5 cards in hand. So we can get him with the Smasher this turn. Smash him for 15. Opponent plays a Forest. Shredder. Opponent is going to now try and empty their hand, I think, as much as they can. Unmoored Ego. Naming Ratchet Bomb. Well, they get Ratchet Bombs, which is super unfortunate, as that was our pretty much only hope. We get a Karn. We can get in for 1, 2. 1, 2. We can get in for 4 damage, or we can play a Karn. And I feel like if we play Karn, it's just going to get Pithing Needled. So let's try and just smash in, I think. Okay. Get in for 4. Take our opponent to 11. Ooh, opponent. Ancient Stirrings. Gets an Inventor's Fair. Plays Inventor's Fair. Maelstrom Pulses Sorceress Spyglass. We draw a 3rd Mutavault. Animate Mutavault. Animate Mutavault. Play Mutavault. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Okay. Pump one of them now that it's past the bridge. Take our opponent to 6. Opponent mills us. Mills us. Opponent goes up to 7. Draws a card. plays a Kaya, pluses Kaya. We draw an Eternal Scourge. So animate Mutavault. Animate Mutavault. Animate Mutavault. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Take him to 3. If our opponent has 3 lands in hand, then I think we get him. Opponent plays Sorceress Spyglass, naming Mutavault, and there go our hopes and dreams. What a sad end. Opponent takes up Kaya. We untap, draw Gemstone Caverns, and we scoop it up. So, well, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the videos. We had a lot of super close games, and didn't deserve to win the one match we did win, but I feel like that my skill level with this particular deck is not high enough. I'm still learning this kind of deck. I like playing Colorless Eldrazi Mud in Modern. It's pretty fun. And I'm hoping that it gets some new toys coming out with Modern Horizons and War. So, thank you everybody so much for watching again. Please like the video, comment on it, and subscribe if you really enjoyed this content. I'd appreciate it greatly. I hope you all have a good night and sleep well. Bye!